Seltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Oh! Crime Corner! We have never led with a Crime Corner this quickly.
I know.
This quickly, Jabes, but there is a murder on the loose. People are dying in these streets. Bodies are turning up in rivers. We're losing frat bros, left and right.
I know.
And the city of Austin is not doing anything about it to protect the fraternity bros.
Right.
Okay? We need some people on horses down there. We need all the bars surrounded. All right? We got to protect our frat bros.
They don't care about us.
They don't,
No.
dude. They don't.
I'm tired of being ignored.
Same.
Right?
I'm
If it
tired,
was a
I'm
white
tired of
lady-
saying the words Kappa Sigma and not meaning anything to a police officer.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm tired of the Greek alphabet not being the real alphabet. Shut up. People are dead. D'Anthony is off screen, just not really caring. How many we up to, Bob? How many murders are out there and down in Rainey streets?
Dude, we don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, it's infinity? The limit does not exist?
I know.
I don't fucking know, man.
I know.
Like,
This is 5 this year, though, right?
5 murders this year? 5 bodies dumped in the river this year. Who is the latest? Do you have a pic of this guy?
I'm looking for a pic. His name is Christopher Hayes Clark. He was a 30-year-old.
It's actually John Christopher Hayes Clark.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, like, he had. Let's do
John?
all of the names that he had,
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name was my name, too.
because it's a lot.
Yeah, whenever the people go out, they always shout, look, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. What's his sitch? Let's get a pic of this guy.
Okay,
We're
so there
solving
is
crimes out
actually-
here.
I would be interested if he could even find a pic. I could not.
I'm not seeing one.
There's no details.
Who's that
because
guy with
we,
With the
just
Carhartt.
Different guy.
Different guy in Carhartt?
Yeah, dude, I'm not seeing any pictures of this guy. I'll keep looking.
So they're keeping it very. Every article is very short. It's like no foul play, investigation ongoing.
This one, they said no foul play either?
Well, yeah.
Liars.
Well, they say there's no evidence of what all of them initially are, because the most amazing way to get away with murder
Yeah.
is like have someone go through the water
Sure.
for days into a dam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can't really tell what was post-mortem, at
Yeah.
the time. They're going to
Yeah.
have to do an autopsy, but
Son of a bitch, dude. Is that him?
I don't.
I wouldn't
know.
put up a random black guy on screen
It
with
is
no
a-
reason, dude.
they
We're
did
gonna we're
identify-
white people here.
They
We're
did
gonna
identify that he's black.
They
and I
did.
found a John Clark, who is a black guy in Austin, but that's all. That's probably not him. I'm just looking through literally what Facebook's spitting out.
All right. We won't show his pic because we don't know.
right.
We don't have enough information. Now, you always say the police often keep details close to the vest.
Yeah, it's
because
not
they
just-
don't want people running around with knives in their hands trying to stab people, right?
Well, no, it's not just what I say. It's just like what it is, unless you're in Florida, right? So if we were Florida, we would get
All the info.
a picture, we
Yeah.
would get the info, everything. So here, they like to do their investigations and don't believe, as many people believe, that every civilian should be involved
We
in
are.
every investigation job.
Sorry.
Then all of us on the internet.
Yeah. Well, here's
And
what
it
we
really
know.
does mess up cases when people get involved.
Jesse,
Oh, you mean like that time the Reddit found not the Boston bomber?
Sure. Then it starts to be like, oh, because we're all so smart.
Well, look, I'm going to say this, Jesse.
Sure.
We did a show on this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I said this was going to happen again if Bob didn't get out there and be willing to be raped in these streets. Bob, what have you been doing the last 2 weeks, and how many times have you gone down to Rainey Street?
I haven't been out as bait yet.
Oh,
but
okay.
I
So
need
you
to.
don't care. Yeah,
I have a loose theory that it actually might be Bob.
Oh, Bob's the guy?
He texted that there was another body found, way before anything came out about it.
Really? How did you know, Bob?
No, he was just he was on the front lines, or because he's always the first one to be like, another body found,
Yeah.
way before anyone else finds out. So I'm just wondering if we're all kind of thinking the same thing.
That Bob's the murderer?
Look, we can't rule anything out.
Well, what is it with Bob then? Jealousy or homosexual tendencies? It's one of the two. There's no in between.
Well, no, because he is one of them, right? So
He
it's
is.
like,
Jealousy?
I don't know what
You think it's jealousy? He wants to go back?
Sometimes you hate your own.
That's true.
yeah, you
It's true, just
you
like women.
dislike in others what
Yeah.
you hate most about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. I've never heard that, but that could be useful one day for something, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And that's just phrases, you know?
You haven't heard a lot of things.
No, I sure haven't. I sure haven't.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what Bob's motive would be. It's, again, the investigation is ongoing. But there is a number to call, and I did call today to have them look into Bob.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Have the
I'm
police
just
stop
sorry.
by the studio.
Yeah,
And just
sorry.
kind of run a black light over Bob, all right? And
They
everything
just
he
said
does.
any and all tips and theories is what I heard.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I gave him, his address and name and
That other
everything.
thing, was that a famous quote that you were saying earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Because I just got one from Steve Jobs from Jared. I'll read aloud. I'm going to show it to you. That way you know that it's real. Just came through here on the phone, and I think it's very vital to this conversation.
That was from Dan.
It was Dan or Jared. We're both in the same text thread. Was that you? Okay. All right. So that's D'Anthony Holloway. This is what Steve Jobs said, height of his career when he was building everything. Steve Jobs was quoted as saying, "I only jerk off in total darkness because what if I see my own dick? You can miss me with that gay shit," Steve Jobs. So those are quotes that I pay attention to.
Yeah. And it's
that I
nice
love.
to know that you have someone off screen that has your back,
Yeah.
you know,
Because that's
and that hates me.
famous quotes. All right. That's Steve Jobs. That
Okay.
guy did stuff. I don't even know what you're talking about over there, but Steve Jobs has some real quotes. So
thought you
before we
hated
start,
him.
I do, but he is correct in that. Like he was incorrect about the iPhone, piece of shit. MacBook, piece of shit. The dongles. What else has he done, Giorgio? Apple-wise. He stole Apple, the whole idea from the Beatles. Am I missing? What else am I missing there? Probably nothing, right?
That he's done?
Yeah, he's done nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely zero. In the meantime, people are getting fucking murdered here, and
Yeah.
we need some goddamn answers. All right? If another frat bro gets killed on my watch, I'm going to go down there with a lawn chair, some hard AF seltzers, and just stretch her on out and wait. Okay?
Guys, seriously, should we maybe do like weekend night
Yeah,
We need a honeypot situation.
we do.
honeypot?
It's obviously Bob. Can we put a camera on Bob? Look
So
at
it's
that.
going to be Bob.
There it is.
What else
Oh,
do you
God.
need?
And
Holy
here's
shit.
what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's the guy.
If no one drugs him and drowns him, we know that Bob's the killer.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anyone more perfect for this Rainey Street.
well,
Ripper
we
than
do.
Bob.
I don't
We
want
do
my,
have
I'm
a.
not trying to kill my own.
We have a guy in
know,
here
I
who's
don't-
kind of shadowing for the day. Are you allowed to pop your beak in on camera there? Yeah, just kind of roll over, put the camera back there. Okay. He is actually in school at Texas A&M. Look at him. That's a good candidate too, Bob. So the two of you guys out going down there
Bob,
as
this-
honeypots.
Could also just be him.
It could, and we don't know. And I do
haven't
find it
spoken to
odd
this
though
man
that he
yet.
picked today of all days to come in during the middle of a serious hunt for for a serial killer in Austin.
Bob, though, the smiley face killers, like sorry, what is his name? What's your name?
Spencer, yeah.
If you put any of those pictures of the smiley face killers victims,
They all look like Spencer?
Identical to Spencer.
Pop it up here. Let's see what real murders look like. And then, Spencer, we're trying to protect you, obviously. And maybe after today, you're like, I don't want to do anything with this profession at all. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Well, he doesn't. I'm sure he won't want to work with us.
You never know. You never know in the future. He's a junior. He's working his way up through school. Let's see some of these young kids that got killed who look like Spencer.
Like the college ones. Anyways, while you're looking, Bob, for your other victims, I'm not, There needs to be motive. I don't know that he doesn't have a motive.
Just say you don't care, Jesse. All right? You don't care about frat bros. If they were drummers who were all hippie and dirty, then you would care maybe. But
I will say on the thread with my friends, we're like, it's crazy that this is the first time that we're not in any danger of whatever this serial killer is. Okay, so here we go. Spencer.
yeah,
Spencer.
And then Mexican.
But Mexican Spencer, don't you think?
Yeah, kind of
it
a
looks a
Mexican
little
Spencer.
bit like him.
No, that's a white guy. With
Yeah,
just
that's a white
terrible
guy.
mustache.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The other one kind of looks like Paul Walker a little bit.
He's what?
Kind of looks like Paul Walker. Pop that back up there. Second from the bottom right there.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Or Chris Martin from Coldplay a little bit. Young Chris Martin.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, clocks, huh?
Sure. Sure. But yeah.
This will lead me to something else, though, as far as murders go. How'd you like to be accused of a murder on a television show? And you weren't it. You weren't the guy.
I don't know. Ask Bob.
Can't. But there is a guy we can ask. So Netflix, in case you don't know, had a couple blunders over the weekend. We'll give to the first one because that's the most serious. Obviously, the live stream of Love is Bleezy, Love is Blind going down is a big deal, but not as big a deal as this one is. There was a guy in a hit series about murders right now. Skinny River, Skinned River, Muddy River, something like that. It's a docuseries. And they found this murderer here. Well, somebody accidentally pulled the wrong pic from Instagram of a stranger, and it was not the murderer who did it, and put it inside the doc. This doc is number 3 in the world, and they're suing Netflix right now for $1 million.
I need the actual name because I'm sure
pop
it's
it up, Netflix lawsuit
nothing.
for the serial killer. Yep, there you go. What's the name of this? It's a big show. I've seen it a million times.
It's the hatchet wielding something.
That homeless guy that
Yeah.
Okay, so there was one picture that they pulled the wrong, because there's a lot of footage of the real guy.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, what you can't do legally, and I can speak on this from having doing a million productions, is you can't use somebody's name or likeness, especially in regards to a murderer, in a documentary without getting every photo signed off on.
Were they saying he was
the
killer or one of the victims?
Yeah. So they had him pegged in as one of the younger dudes there. Who knows what it is? Either way, this guy didn't find out until the series dropped and exploded on Netflix, and all his friends were calling him. And they're like, hey, man, so you're in this Netflix special. Are you aware that they're using your picture? Because they have the wrong fucking dude in this.
It was a really good documentary, by the way.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, great.
That's why I was like, can I please have the real name?
Yeah.
Because the Skywalker River is not the name.
Whatever, man. I solve murders in my own city. I think locally and then act globally. You don't, Jesse. I'm sorry you're not interested in saving lives like I am on a daily basis.
Right.
I found, that missing person the other day last week? He got found within the hour of the show, 30 minutes of the show. I found him.
Did you see his tweet?
I found Drake Bell.
Did you see his tweet?
What did he say?
Leave your phone in your car for one night, and then this crying emoji.
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly what I said.
That's so funny if that really happened.
I go, we do not report people missing. You need 48 hours, especially if it's a fucking adult.
They had a 911 call from him, though, and that's the problem. So he threatened to kill himself. He's going through a nasty divorce, child, everything else. Anyways, homeboy here is suing for $1 million for Netflix, and pretty sure Netflix will settle up and deal real goddamn quick on that. because you're not going to have a choice in this one. But it does get me to thinking with a potential writer strike that's going on, and you'll be kind of shifted towards more documentaries and reality shows here. If you don't have somebody in the edit fact-checking this shit, dude, and a picture gets through, this is the second time now in 2 weeks. They showed a picture of Auschwitz during WWE the other night during WrestleMania. And
Are they laying breadcrumbs? Are they going to have an event there?
where at?
Auschwitz. Oh. Like, why do they keep doing this?
I don't know, but
it's
it
so
would
identifiable too. Like everything else looks like a prison, and then you have like some barbed wire and these like nice like German, Austrian, European houses that looks like no prison in America fucking ever looks like.
That would be a sweet wrestler, though. If you had a female Anne Frank from the top ropes, you know, she's coming from the attic, boom, and then housing people in the ring, that'd be fucking great. It'd be great. And then she fights her way out, and she's the champion.
Yeah.
And she gets to kill, you know, some Hitler fucking heel. That would be a great one for the people, wouldn't it?
I am always ready to hate anything like that you say.
Mm-hmm. But this one
But
you love.
coming from the attic.
Yeah. From the attic, boom, boom.
All right.
You're welcome.
I'll let
You're
that one through. I'll let that one through.
Streaming mishap over the weekend. Everybody was caught up in this. Love is Bleeds, Love is Blind. Everybody wanted to watch the reunion, ourselves included. They were doing a live stream and the whole thing. Now we joke about it because from time to time a stream goes out here and there here. We have dog shit internet. We're in the middle of the fucking conch.
Right.
In the country out here. And that's fine, right? We understand why.
But it's pretty
But
rare
Netflix-
that it's not something that Giorgio can't fix. And to your point, Giorgio said even with the Chris Rock thing, he was like, that wasn't fucking live.
Where is he? Pop in here, Giorgio.
And Giorgio,
answer
what
this
have you
question.
done? Is this yoga teacher?
Yeah, why are you limping right now as an adult male who's pretty athletic? What
Is this
happened?
from your
I hurt my toe
escapades?
last night.
You hurt your toe last
My
night?
big toe.
Training
yoga or training?
Sexually? Did
Yeah.
you get a prosty last night? A prosty the snowman?
Yeah.
She wasn't a prosty, but maybe
No.
she had done sex work at some point in her life.
Oh, that's fine. I mean,
And who
obviously.
among us,
yeah,
right?
Giorgio. Who among us?
Who among us hasn't?
Who among
So we
us?
want to talk about this Love is Blind.
Okay.
I mean, that's my specialty, right?
It is.
Sure.
It is. And you'd be great
Love
on a
is
show. I
filtered.
think he would be great on a show like that.
Love has filters.
I think
on
he
it.
would be excellent on a show like that. How does Netflix, with the billions of dollars they have in production and budgets and all that stuff, how does a live stream for a simple talk show like this go down across the world? I mean, it seems so unbelievable to me that I can't wrap my mind around
Two
it.
theories, right?
Okay.
So the first one, your classic, just too many fans, man. Too many people wanted
broke
to tune into Love
Netflix.
Island, crash the servers, bro. Or
Yeah.
there was some cast beef going on, and they were having trouble getting everyone ready and wrangled and doing something, so they had to push the stream back, and it was all just a cover ploy.
Oh, got it. That makes sense. They were shooting that the one that you like, the Vanderpump rules bullshit, and that happened with them. They were a couple hours behind on the taping because people were arguing out in the streets.
But they're taping; they're not going live.
Right.
So like they can
But
push it
that's-
back as far as they want.
And that's
to.
why you tape. So obviously, my next question will be: was this the Chris Rock special actually live, or was
that
it
was
taped?
that was live and real.
It
Same with
was?
Louis. Yeah.
Okay.
You think so?
Well,
Big
Chris,
events go off really well for some reason. Like Coachella's doing a good job. out of
Yeah.
it.
they did. I watched
That's
Coachella
true.
this weekend. It was great, except for Frank Ocean.
I think because their production and pretty classically Love is Blind production is very low
It's dog
quality.
shit.
They put a curtain behind them and like
Even the places, the
a
hotels
Target
they're staying
couch.
at are dog shit.
yeah. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was
They
more
just
just like
weren't-
Netflix. Netflix themselves aren't really designed for that. I don't know, I'm not an engineer in that sense, so I don't really know how they have everything worked out, and they probably just couldn't handle it. I don't
Well,
know.
you did what? Red Rocks? Is that over, or is that in the future?
Oh, that's over. But that was just a record. That was just a recorded.
Okay, so you weren't going live anywhere with that?
No, it was just a multi-camera performance record.
Okay.
It was released later.
But what's the difficulty in doing a live stream from Red Rocks or Coachella?
bandwidth, I guess. So like it's more about how many people are trying to tune in and what platform you're using to view it. Like viewing live video and hosting live video on the internet is an extremely difficult and expensive thing. It's not very cost effective. So that's where a lot of your issues come into play.
Okay.
And that's why it's usually only available to do it for like a live sporting event, something that's going to bring in that much money to pay for.
Yeah, that's the thing with Love is Blind. You're kind of like, why?
No, I'll tell you why.
Like nobody,
I know the answer.
I wasn't asking for a live reunion. Nobody was interesting enough to make it.
I know the answer to this. So ratings are really good on this season. Everybody was watching. And yes, Giorgio, to your point, there was a gajillion people trying to get in and watch this thing live. Netflix, look, I've said this before in the past, I'll say it again, they're having problems. So these live events now is the way to draw in subscribers, almost on a pay-per-view model when you're paying for a fight.
Because we've gotten so accustomed and used to binge watching things and things coming out. We don't do things together. So we're bringing back events. We're bringing back spectacle.
Yep.
It just sounds like they didn't have a contingency plan. Like they were having problems and then they didn't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah. So now everybody's apologized. Other people are capitalizing off of it. Chili's. The delightful,
back ribs.
the
Barbecue sauce.
delightful restaurant. One of the best in the world. How many stars Michelin-wise do they have? Is it
17.
Yeah, I was going to say 17 stars.
Yeah.
For Chili's, very good.
For Michelin?
Very good. Yeah, Michelin.
From the tire company, yeah.
I think it's from the real one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, their food is really good. Their chefs are top rate. And
That would be really funny, though, if they were like, we have this many stars
17
from
stars.
Michelin.
And it's just little tiny tires.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with the tire company.
No way. No way.
Bob, could you look that up?
It would be great. Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah, so back in the way back in the day, people were only traveling by car, or train, or whatever. So Michelin wanted to put out guides. This is all serious
Oh, wait.
guides to let their customers know
real?
what good places to eat and stuff like that on the road.
Yeah.
And that's how the Michelin rating came about. It is literally the tires.
True,
Really?
true or false, Holloway? Yeah. Ice is true. Yeah, they were trying to box out Goodyear. They were trying to box out Goodyear. I don't know that any of this is true, but I love all of it.
It's 100% fucking true.
Is it really?
The only thing, like the only way that Bob would ever be able to get back at us, because he is our fact checker, is to do shit like that.
Yeah, and just lie blatantly. But also, we don't mind lying here.
'Cause he knows that we're
not a news show.
actual
This is a-
dum-dums.
This is a podcast. So I don't care if
And
we're
he'd be like,
lying to
how
your
many
face right
things can I say that these two dum-dums would actually believe?
all of it. And I'm happy with that. It's the real shit that I actually know about that bothers me. The lies and everything else, I'm fine with if I don't know better, What's the real answer? You fucker. What is it, dude? What is it? There's an old man on my monitor right now. It's far away.
I gave you the real answer. Like that is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I can see.
To help motorists develop their trips, thereby boosting car and tire sales in turn, the Michelin brothers produced a small red guide filled with handy information for travelers, such as maps, information, how to change a tire, where to fuel up with fuel, and for the traveler in search of respite from the adventurous day.
Wow, dude.
You just got soft served.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
seriously.
soft served. All over my face, I got soft
Don't
served.
go against. And by the way, he didn't even need to look at the computer when
No,
he
he
was
didn't.
telling us about that. So
This is creepy.
I've been to a Michelin star restaurant one time. Was it 3?
Yeah, I took you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Yeah. Same.
So interesting.
That it was based
Interesting
on
to
tires?
find the origin.
Yeah, the meaning of
and
it.
to see where it's ultimately gone, which is.
I'm not at look.
That I want
When
to
we sit
see.
down at those things, because I think we were fucking wasted in New York, right? Was that it? And we went after a game. Didn't we go with
No,
Benny?
we went. No, it was just you and me.
Okay. Oh,
It
it's
was
right.
before something. We
yes,
weren't
yes.
wasted.
Yeah.
And
Dan and I, Holloway and I, got invited after a game once in New York, and we went and wasted, and the whole restaurant was just up and on. We were wearing hats and shit, and we didn't know any better, And same thing. I was just like, meh, it's good. It's not,
Right.
I don't really need to come back here. The places that you find are the best.
well, okay, because I don't like my dining experience to make me feel dumb or uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The whole point is to be feel good and taken care of and and comfortable and fed and full and all of that. So I think in that sense, it just wasn't my thing.
No, I get it. It makes sense.
Because I was just
I'm
like,
not. Look, I'm not into it either.
it was like the waiter's condescending, and I don't really know, and then, and everything's cold, and
my favorite restaurants have 0 Michelin things,
Right.
like in the United States. So
Right.
I don't really give a shit. I've been to a handful of them. I think maybe 4 total. And every time I'm just kind of like, all right. I mean, I've had the 7th meal of this little brioche bullshit, like whatever this is, and I'm all good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I was able to go, and it was amazing that I could even say that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm good. I don't need to do it again.
Yeah, of course. Bunch of them in California. Speaking of California, Coachella was over the weekend. Watch Blink. Where are you?
I know.
And I wish I was there. Place went bug fuck, went ballistic. They are coming here to Austin July 7th. So Blink will be here. And watching that live stream of Coachella, I was like,
I would go.
See, same. I would go. Our buddy Brandon was there, and he said it was an out-of-body experience. Not so much from, like fireworks and like, pyro shit going off or anything else. He goes, it's just comforting to hear those songs again.
No, he's of the age and of the inclination,
dude.
and it hit him right where it was supposed
He
to.
goes, it's just comforting to hear those songs again. He goes, I really have no
Those
other explanation
three
other than
chords,
that.
Those 3 chords are actually scientifically designed to hit a certain type of person
Yeah.
in the right way, right?
Yeah.
Of like, oh God,
Yeah.
yes, dude.
Now, if I was there, I would have been sad about one. The only song they didn't play, and I was thumbing through my thing, and I was like, wait a minute, are they going to play Adam's song? And they didn't play Adam's song. And I don't really know why.
Because it's a festival.
Which one's that?
It's the one about suicide.
It is, yeah.
Oh,
wanna
cool.
kill
Are you
yourself?
trying to
Yeah.
act like you have like some deep cut B-side? Like everybody
It's not.
knows
It's a
every
huge hit song.
I know, but
Huge hit
so
song.
they played all the hits that were good.
But out of your top 5, you leave that off there? You leave out Adam's song? That's a little much, dude.
I think you very much leave it off.
Yes.
No. You don't leave Adam's
Way
song
to
off
bring
there,
the mood.
dude.
I mean, there's
I mean,
people
look.
tripping on hardcore drugs. You played that song?
Yes.
Good job, Blink.
Let's raise it, dude.
Good job, Blink. You
Let's
just ruined the
raise
whole
it.
mood.
Respect, honestly, if they do like trigger some bad trips with Adam's song, like that's pretty funny. I would do it for that reason.
For sure.
But the crowd was just I mean, you could not fit one more person in there. It looked great. Now, I told you this a few weeks ago that zero desire to go until we found out Blink was going last second.
Yeah.
Too late at that point. Jared fucked us. I told him over the weekend at his house how bad he fucked us, and
Yeah.
he's got to make up for it. But he had an interesting reason why. He goes, if I can't really hang out with them and they're cool, he goes, I don't really want to do it anymore. And I was like, why?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I go, why? Because he knows so many musicians, and they work with so many musicians, and they're always recording shit and whatever. And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, yeah, they all kind of travel separately. Like you're at that stage of life now where you each have a separate bus. You're not partying backstage, and you're probably not having fun. Whereas it's fun to watch the show and all that stuff. But I go, great, then let's just watch it as fans. And so he's in. So we'll do that as fans. But he goes, backstage, I don't want to call for it. I don't want to ask.
No. Like, I totally understand. Yeah, you'd want to go to it.
Yeah.
But no, they're not
They're not
hanging
partying
out.
anymore. Yeah.
It was like when we went to Bush, and he was just like, boop, gone.
I gotta sleep. Gavin Rossdale has to stay that young, though. Like, I understand
Oh,
that.
for sure. But he was
He's
just
gotta
like,
sleep in
I'm
a glass
good.
case.
I'm going to go back to my separate, nice area with my hot, young girlfriend. And no, I don't want to talk to you. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, you're not going to get like a fun hang.
Yeah. Jared's only concerned with the hang these days. That's it. And I get it. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He wants to party, wants to hang,
Sure.
But they're not
sure.
partying and hanging anymore.
No, I mean, at a certain age, you've got, if you want to keep it going, the people that were a real fun hang,
Yeah. Yeah.
really partied with you. I think it was like a Juice World, maybe a little Peep. Do you know what I mean? They really fucking partied with you after, huh? And how did that work out?
Not great.
You know what I mean? So it's like at a
Not
certain
great.
point, if they want to keep an actual career going past whatever that initial, fun party time is, you gotta calm it down and not talk to anyone.
Did I tell you the Chris Martin one?
Of what?
So I saw this interview with Chris Martin the other day from Coldplay, and they were talking about how he stays in shape at his age, right? Like, how do you stay in such great shape? And he goes, I got great advice from Bruce Springsteen because he's in the ultimate shape. He plays 3-hour shows.
Sure.
Very similar. I want to have a long career like that and do the same thing. And he said Bruce Springsteen told him not to eat past 4 p.m. So he goes, I stopped eating past 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I don't think he had to look to Bruce Springsteen for that
I've never heard that in my life.
common knowledge.
4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I mean,
That's early, dude.
6, but yeah.
4? So he doesn't eat past 4 o'clock.
Yeah, like he's asleep at probably 2 hours after that.
Maybe.
So it makes sense.
Oh, for Bruce?
It's always,
yeah, but Chris Martin isn't 75.
I think it's the amount of time before you go to bed. So whatever that is, what is it, like 2 or 4? How many hours?
4 hours is probably good.
That you should not be eating before bed,
No,
right?
and restricted feeding windows is really good for keeping your body in ketosis. Shout out to Ketone IQ.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a shot of that now. Do you have
And
it?
then the older you get, I think like the shorter your feeding window should be, and the harder it is for your body to digest food. Like I knew some very healthy older people who only ate once a day.
Right.
Yeah, and our feeding window is actually in our bedroom. So I just hand food, through there, and then we just kind of eat in the bedroom. And
Yeah, I fall asleep as I'm eating. What would nutritionists say about that, do you think?
Probably say
Probably,
not good.
Probably not,
Not
good,
good.
right?
I'll take a shot
Yeah.
at ketone IQ today. Man, this shit is fucking bomb, dude. And we tear through it in this office.
We do, James. I like to fall asleep with my food on me. If I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
sleep as I'm eating
Yes,
and not
that's-
die, it's probably the best.
Yes.
Yeah. Nachos everywhere. You got to get that cover, that ghost bed cover, dog.
Yep. Yep.
That's the only way to get through it,
Yeah.
Keep the bed clean. Ding it. Yeah, but when I heard 4 p.m., I was like, man, beef that nonsense.
Because he goes to bed at 8 probably, which is the other thing that you should do, right? So it's like,
Yes. I don't want to do any of that when I'm older, though.
no, I know. None of us
None of
want to
it.
be Chris Martin or J-Lo because life is boring if you're that
Give
healthy
me,
and in shape. By the
give
way,
me your dinner, your dream dinner time at retirement at that age.
for me to
Let's
eat
say,
dinner,
yes. Let's say kids are out of the house. They've all gone to
5:30
college and
or
everything
6.
else. Really?
yes.
That's your dream time to eat dinner.
Oh my gosh. Drink, eat dinner, hang out, go to bed early.
Shit, dude.
I
Even
know.
kids out of the house?
I'm on that 100%.
Yeah.
Kids out of the house. You still want to go to bed early. But all the games and shit are on, Bob. What are you going to do? Just read about it the next day?
I don't need to catch the West Coast games. I'm gonna
Right.
I'm gonna have my first beer or margarita about an hour before
Like
the
there's
East
a
Coast games
reason.
start. And,
yeah.
It's
There's
like-
a reason why my alcohol alarm is like 4:35 because it's like, okay, that's when it's like the perfect time. Have some drinks, eat some food, be in bed, good to go
Okay.
early. I know.
I don't need this Pac-12 after dark bullshit.
No, dude.
Well, we'll take last night. It was the Warriors-Kings game, right? I wanted to watch Steph Curry, obviously. I'll watch him no matter what. He's kind of like a Pat Mahomes to me. It's not my favorite team, obviously, but he's so good. I'll watch it no matter what.
Right.
And last night, I'm glad I did. But if I had my druthers and my dream, I think that New York, when I was in school in NYU, that was my dream eating schedule where, reservations were like 9:30.
Dude, fuck that.
And then you kind of ease on into the evening.
That's my
there.
second dinner if I'm out. That's second dinner, probably a pizza, dirty time. But like your first dinner, your nice civilized dinner,
Yeah.
5:36.
Okay.
Then you go out, you hang out, whatever. Second dinner's at 9, maybe.
You come home, put some Doritos on a plate and some shredded cheese on there. Get a little nacho Doritos, taco sauce, medium, not actual salsa, but the taco sauce on those things.
Right.
A dollop of sour cream, and then you enjoy the rest of your evening watching whatever. And then obviously you have edibles every night because, well, let's face it, you feel great and they're the best. All right,
Right.
they're the goddamn best.
Sure.
Although I will say this, we get a ton of companies that just show up here and just give us edibles all the time. I don't know these companies. I Some of them I do, some I don't. Dietsmoke.com, promo code DrinkerBros, 20% off. I know those. I know what every single one of those does to my body. I have one every single night. It is a nice wind down for the evening. They've never been different. I've never gotten too high. I've never gotten to, or nothing, where I was just like, oh, this didn't work. But there's been people that have dropped it off and be like, hey, try the product and then talk about it on air if you like it. No pressure or whatever. I gave one of them a go the other day. And I got too fucking high the other night. I mean, just blasted high. And I was like, fucking, what is in this, dude? I did. And it was a 10 milligram, the same as like the rest of the shit that I take. But I was like, man, there's no regulations on this shit. And you can kind of just show up, especially in a state like Texas. Texas, it's kind of like, it's Delta 9, 8, some other bullshit. And it's all a loophole through the law. It's THC at the end of the day. Right. But how they're making it, I just picture it's in somebody's fucking bathtub that they just cleaned by hand, and then they're kind of chopping that up and putting it in cups, and then it all kind of melds back together. That was too much. I mean, that was intense, man. I was watching a Lakers game and actually rooting for LeBron, and I was like, whoa. I never root for LeBron. I am really high now.
Threw it in the trash, the whole
dude,
bag.
I was just like, I can't go out in these. Now, the scarier part was there was ones that they dropped off that were 500 milligrams. I think I've only seen that happen once, and it was Giorgio. When we were at the old studio, he had a bag of Cheetos. I think we brought him back from L.A., and they were 500 milligram Cheeto THC Cheetos.
Well, yeah, but the whole bag is 500.
Correct, and he ate the entire bag.
Oh.
So, you remember that, Giorgio, at Old Torf, the old studio? I mean, you were fucking blasted. Were we doing a live show for UFC or something like that?
I think that's where we decided to draw the line. Like Cheetos, let's just fucking stop. Like making water, THC water, it's like, just stop.
I remember it being a great day. I remember there being no problems and everything went flawless. And I ate that bag of Cheetos and smiled and licked my fingers.
Right.
I think they were spicy hot, so maybe I ate some chocolates to wash it down that were also.
So we were doing a live show. I'll tell the rest of the story. I remember it now. We were doing a live show. It was UFC, and you went. We used to have a bed in the back, and you went and slept on that bed for a little bit. Stream was up and good. You didn't have another job the rest of the night, so it was fine.
Don't remember that happening.
I know you don't.
I'm going to argue that.
No, I remember it happening because I was like, hey, man, where's Giorgio? Like, these fights are pretty good. Usually this is his thing. And it was like, oh, he ate the entire bag of 500 milligram Cheeto. I was like, oh, he's fucking dead. Go check the bed in the back.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So
Fake news.
No.
Fake news.
Fake news. I beat the virus. No, it's real news. It's all real news.
That
Real
is
news.
one of the worst parts about working here is that unless, like, it's a sealed bag of Lays, and I guess even then, because of the Cheetos,
exactly.
Yeah, dude.
like, you have to literally be like, is this drugs?
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, because you don't know when
I
someone
think
dropped
even-
off. It's like, yeah, man.
I know.
I got my new Delta 9 meat sticks. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
gives
yeah.
you protein and gets you high. Like, you gotta check
I know.
everything.
You got to check everything. Hey, by the way, water included. So I go in. I think I told this story in the past, but now that I have this bottle, it looks very, very similar. So I'll hold up this ketone
Wasn't
IQ
it
bottle here.
alcohol water?
It was alcohol water, and it was in the water section, and so it looked identical to this, right? And I was like, oh, great. Clear bottle, for the audio listeners, clear bottle, see-through. I can see everything that it is. And I just gotten back from a run, and I just grabbed it and was like, and I was so thirsty. I was like, I'll drink this in the store and then pay for it on the way out. I took about half of it down and was like, oh, my God, this is alcohol.
So basically,
No need for Hydra Alk water. I think it was called like Alco water or something. It was awful.
So someone has essentially made a brand out of that trick you play on your buddy in high school or college where you give them a water bottle full of vodka.
100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Water.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a brand now.
Yeah, but
Yes.
someone's actually done the opposite as well with like liquid death.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
thinks it's like alcohol because the way it looks, it's just
They like
fucking
buy
water.
it, bring it to parties. Everyone's like, thanks for the
Thanks
water.
for the
bro."
water, I guess. By the way, that company was started as a joke. We've been chatting with them about a sponsorship. There's a lot of podcasts. It started as a joke, and then it exploded because everybody was like, "Oh, what's liquid death? What's water?"
It's water.
And now it exploded. Now they're a massive, massive company with a shit ton of employees. It was like,
Well, this company was started as a joke as well, wasn't
sure
it?
was, and then here we are.
All the best ones are.
Yeah, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Look at us, James. Look at us now.
Killing it.
There's a rumor I want to shut down here. There was one of your blind items that popped up that I seen this morning, and I want to shut it down. There was a rumor in Page 6 that Tom Brady was dating Reese Witherspoon, and then that's the reason for their divorce. It is not true. No. Reese Witherspoon's rep actually called in and said, hey, not only are they not dating, they've never even met in real life. But the rest of the internet was like, holy shit, what a rad couple. And I kind of agree. They're kind of dorky.
That's a horrible couple.
Kind of dorky,
what?
both type A.
That is square peg, round hole. Like that, they do not go together
You don't think so?
at all. No, because A, she seems sane. She seems pretty, like, as for being that big and that famous.
She's on her second divorce already.
That's just Hollywood, baby.
You know, Bob would know. He's been in the industry.
Now
Showbiz.
Tom
Showbiz,
Brady's
baby.
on 1.5. Now, the half was because he knocked up Homegirl right before he got married to Giselle. So he's got a baby with somebody else, but he didn't marry her. So yeah, 1.5 for Brady. But you don't think two type A's together
Not those
who
two.
were dominant in their fields?
Not those two. It's
Really?
just weird. What are they like? I could, even though, like, even just thinking about them, I'm like, I can't imagine they have anything to talk about. Those two.
Yeah.
Anything.
Business though? I mean, both of those, they're
Sexy.
gangsters in
I don't
business.
know. It's
Just
just
sexy business meetings.
Yeah, but do you picture Tom Brady fucking? Like, I don't. After looking at the kid pictures where he was baby birding his kid and all that other stuff, like, I don't picture that either, nor her. That's not the first one that comes to mind where I was like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Reese Witherspoon's
Yeah.
sex tape. Like, I would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
just
yeah.
rush to the computer to be like, what? Let me see that.
yeah. There's getting to be a weird amount of quarterbacks in the NFL that are like borderline asexual.
Yeah.
Brady,
Or is it just our society now at this point?
Rodgers,
Yeah.
honestly, Mahomes.
I know.
Russell
Well,
Wilson.
Mahomes, I get.
Yeah, that's true. Mahomes
Shit, dude.
is a vol cell at this point. You just
Mr.
can't-
Unlimited.
I
Yeah,
can't.
Russell Wilson. Like, all these dudes are just like robots. That I can't imagine any of them just fucking coming, just nutting hard. You know?
Bob.
Yeah. Now let him go. He's on a tear.
Let him cook.
Let Bob
Bob.
cook.
All
today.
right,
I'm just
bud.
saying.
Let
No,
him
I know.
cook. Let him cook.
What else can you not imagine?
I can't imagine, like the right corner of Brady's lip just going up and being like, like
Toes curling.
yeah. Well, I've seen his son's toes curl, unfortunately, which is
Yeah, we've
Bob,
seen that picture.
Bob.
We've seen it.
I've
We played it on air. Bob's fair game on that one.
he put that out in the
He
world.
did. No, we didn't do that. We didn't do that. He
I
did.
didn't ask ChatGPT to make an AI photo of
Sure
Tom
didn't.
Brady's son
Sure
toes
didn't.
curling.
Sure.
But yeah, I think a third of quarterbacks in the NFL are asexual. I mean, does Kirk Cousins fuck?
No.
Okay, maybe Kirk. Maybe that's why he's terrible.
Maybe.
Actually, it's because Kirk Cousins fucks.
Maybe. I know this. There is a Netflix doc coming out over the summer about quarterbacks, which we talked about in the show. One of them that is featured was Pat Mahomes. The only reason I'm watching that is because I want to see how crazy that girl is behind the scenes.
Oh,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Did you
Yeah.
see what she just said yesterday?
No.
She was doing an Instagram live Q&A, and someone was like, "What do you think about what happened with Jackson, or why Jackson, or what do you think about Jackson posting again already?" Obviously, he had taken a sabbatical.
Yeah.
Because he was caught on video sexually assaulting a woman.
Yeah, at a bartender.
Bar owner.
Oh, she was the owner of the
Yeah,
bar?
she's the owner of the bar.
Even worse.
Yeah, and he was caught sexually assaulting her, and she said, he's done this multiple times. I have video. And Brittany Mahomes was like, you know what? Like, if you're not him and you've never walked in his shoes, you don't know what you're talking about, and you just need to shut up. But, like,
Wow.
it was on video,
Yeah, we all saw
Like,
that
it was-
video
it
on
was-
TMZ. I watched it.
clear as day.
Yeah.
This isn't even like this. There's no he said, she said.
Nope.
She said, and then provided perfect evidence backing up every word that she said.
Yeah. Because what happened, Jesse, and I'm sure this has probably happened to you back in the day, is he was grabbing her, trying to kiss her. And then finally, like, she pulls away like 3 times in this video, and then finally he just pulls her in and, I mean, really ropes her in and kisses her. And you were like, Jesus Christ, man, that's aggressive.
Right.
In the bar, and there was people in there. It wasn't like they were just by themselves. And creepy.
But you don't know what it's like to be Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
So Jackson Mahomes was doing that to someone?
To the bar owner, yeah. And then she released a video and was just like, fuck this guy.
How old is he?
He's what, 20?
I think he was 19 at the time.
19.
Oh, she was underage
drinking
too?
in
Yeah.
a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. But you're not allowed to do it is the point. So,
Well, now you're not.
yeah. Back in the day.
Back in the day, that was every night.
Was it?
Not for me. I'm just saying, like,
Jesse.
no, if you were 19, 20, like drinking in a bar,
Yeah.
getting totally wasted,
Yeah.
you're gonna do fucking stupid shit. Yes or no?
Yeah. But
You're not
can't.
gonna be like
100%.
you're not gonna be like drinking your martini very nicely and being respectful to everyone around you and leaving at an appropriate time.
Sure. Was that Gillian Anderson?
I don't
from
know.
The Crown?
Oh, yeah. I
Sounded
think it was-
very good. Margaret. It sounded like a
It was
Margaret
teeth.
Thatcher.
It was her teeth acting.
It was a very toothy acting.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of it.
You like it?
Yeah, I am.
Working
We should
on it.
Probably clip that, Joel, for
Don't.
today. Speaking of assaults, my boy went down. I'm not going to say ours. I don't know if you take credit for him. I like him. And
White Lotus.
no, Jonathan Majors. Oof, this one sucks. He is one of my genuine favorite actors right now.
Yeah,
And he's in Creed. He was in that piece of shit Ant-Man movie that fucking sucks so goddamn bad. But his performance alone, I could have won an Oscar in a totally different movie, just not that one, obviously.
He was also a variant of that character in the show Loki, like another MCU, and he was great in that as well.
So he's supposed to be Kang in the movies, right? And but they're not shooting for a while. Now, problem is his managers and his PR team late last night kicked him to the curb, so they fired him, and he's out of there. I can only imagine that there's video evidence that they've seen because he's supposed to go back into the court system on May 6th. So I can only assume that they've seen some footage that we haven't at this point because it's Management 360. They're massive in LA. But let's face it, you're not throwing the guy who's the lead in the Marvel movies off your roster if you don't think he's going to get fired already because you'd be losing a shit ton of commissions off of this guy. I mean, Michael B. Jordan came out and said, the two of us want to be the next De Niro and Al Pacino together, and we could make movies forever. Now, look, he's certainly talented enough, and I like Michael B. Jordan. I like him. I don't know that he's an Oscar guy, but Jonathan Majors, for sure, I thought could have won multiple Oscars. So there has to be some pretty damning footage there that we don't know about. There's no way your fucking team drops you without something concrete. Because otherwise, if this goes on business as usual, he goes back into doing Marvel shit, dude, you're going to lose out on millions of dollars in commissions. So I don't really get it. But there is a text message that was leaked. So the girl says, hey, don't worry about it. The police said that they had to file a report. This was a text message to him and said, don't worry about it. The police said I had to file a report, but nothing will happen to you. It's because I've got cuts and bruises on me that they had to file this thing. I'll tell them you didn't have anything to do with it. I'm sorry you're even going through this, and I love you. And I was just like, well, that text message isn't good either. Can't do that, let alone whatever video footage they have, because they're in the back of an Uber. And right now, I don't know about you, but every Uber we've gotten in for all of these trips, usually there's a fucking dash cam in there that records us.
Yeah.
So, not great, but we'll see what happens. It sucks because that guy literally just popped and then boom, 2 months later, he's out of there.
Right. He could pull, an Ezra Miller, a Chris Brown, and just like not worry about it.
Just power through.
Just keep going, bro. Keep going. Lay
Yeah.
low for a little bit and get another job. I don't know.
It says Italian luxury fashion house Valentino is also uninvited Majors as its guest this year to the Met Gala.
The Army
No.
dropped that dope ad.
Oh, that's right. The Army dropped all those ads as well. He was the spokesman for the Army. He was the actor trying to get everybody to go, and it was a great string of commercials that he did.
Right.
He's a great fucking actor, but
Right.
he's out of there. And he said, here was her exact response. Please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They have said they had to arrest you as protocol. when they saw the injuries on me, and they knew we had had a fight. I'm so angry that they did, and I'm so sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only now just got out of the hospital.
I told it was my fault.
So just call me when you're out.
Lord.
I love you. That's a bad one too. So yeah. Yep.
All right. Well,
That one sucks, dude. I liked him. You know, he's a great actor. Not that he still can't be, I guess. You know.
look, the really great ones. What do I always say?
Think
What?
about Jack
Jack.
Mandeville.
Nicholson.
Oh, Nicholson. Yeah. I mean, look. Did he beat? Did he rap a couple beaks back in the day on women?
Way more than that.
What did he do?
Sean
He
Penn.
was,
He was part of the
there.
Roman stuff. Polanski.
He was with Roman Polanski that
Oh,
night.
I didn't know any of
Right.
this, actually. Did you know that? I didn't know Nicholson was there.
I'm not surprised.
That one I kind of am. What was the sitch behind that with Roman Polanski that night?
Oh, he was fucking 13-year-olds too.
No shit.
Yeah.
God damn, I didn't know that then. I had no idea.
Well,
about that.
it took place at Nicholson's home. I'm sorry, he wasn't there. Nicholson was on a ski trip in Colorado, but he was just letting Roman Polanski go bananas.
But he's
All
still,
right. Well,
for
that's
sure.
not the fucking same, is it?
Anybody that was an actor or musician in like the 70s or 80s, pretty much fuck kids.
Gosh, what a blanket statement, huh?
Well, he's not wrong. Everybody we bring up.
No, they first
There's
said,
always
yeah,
like, oh, yeah,
Jack
remember that
Nicholson
fuck
was
that kid.
there.
Yeah.
He was fucking 13-year-olds too. Well, he wasn't there, but it was his house.
Yeah, but I mean,
He rolled with Polanski.
if you roll with Polanski, you had to have known. I'm with these guys. I'll side with him in this one. You probably knew.
Right.
Probably knew. Speaking of Jack Nicholson, they finally found him the other day. Bob, if you can pull up this picture, just type in paparazzi finds Jack Nicholson. So he's one of those guys who retired from acting, disappeared from public life. No one has seen him in 2 years or taken a photo of him. Now this I don't
Was
agree
he not
with.
at any games?
Nope. So,
And that's why they were worried, I'm
well,
sure.
I was. Remember, I brought it up on the show. I was like, "Yo, dude, he is not at the game that's." Oh no, you weren't in Arizona yet. But I said it to these guys. He was not at the game where LeBron broke the record. We all knew he was going to break the record that night. So they found him, and this is the first picture of them they have in 2 years. First of all, whoever posted this is just a fucking asshole. Secondly, he's 85, 86 years old, and he looks like he just got up from a nap or a bender. Either way, I have no problem with it because he is retired and gone from public life. Why are you hiding in the fucking woods trying to get a shot at Jack Nicholson? It wasn't like he was at a restaurant or the Ivy
Well,
or
it
something
sounds
like
like
that.
you guys needed proof of life. That's why.
I didn't need proof of life.
You were asking?
No, I sure wasn't.
Where
Someone said
is
he was
he?
dead. He honestly looks pretty good for his age.
Yeah, pop it up. Pop up this one.
The amount of mileage this man has.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I'm not just talking about age, but like his internal age, his body age.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
He was still doing gator tails in his 70s, and I have confirmation of that.
Right.
So, like, if you're able to do that and still look this great, like, shit. I mean, that looked like me a couple weeks ago waking up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, we're all good there. But people on the internet are like, oh, man, whatever. It's like, no, dude, he's fucking 86. He's retired, and you caught him on his back porch in a private neighborhood? Like, fuck you.
right.
That sucks, man. You know? He's done his best to stay out of public view for that reason of like, dude, he wants everybody to remember that he was the sweet Jack Nicholson doing dope ass shit all those years. He doesn't
No,
want
but
this
if
reminder
he
to the world.
if he put on, if he fucking took a shower and put on normal clothes, like he would look totally fine.
That's what I say.
So like if you caught him coming out of the house to go to the store,
Yeah.
it'd be a different
Yes.
sitch.
Yes. Yes. But the rumor is he does have dementia, I guess, and or Alzheimer's or something like that, and his friends are worried about him or whatever. And allegedly, that's why they were taking photos of him because he has not left this mansion, I guess, in 2 years. But when you're rich enough, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. You just have food shipped in.
yeah.
You got to cook. You got everything. Like, yeah, it's fine. I don't have an issue with it. I have an issue with the asshole who took this picture, though. That sucks.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Let him live in peace, dude. Dingus. Unless they're trying to bring him back for the Joker in one of these goddamn comic book movies like everyone else, you know?
Well, if he has dementia, though, you can't.
Huh?
If he has dementia, though, or Alzheimer's, you can't
Fucking
really.
AI his voice, put his body out there, roll him out, and get the job done, you know?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, there's a million people who can also do a Jack Nicholson impression, and nobody would know, you know?
Yeah, that's
That's what they're doing to Jamie Foxx right now.
That's one of the uncomfortable ones for me. That one, Walken,
Yeah.
Trump now.
Yeah, Trump. Yeah. Those impressions are uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, yeah. A De Niro.
But Jamie Foxx had a stroke the other day on sets. He was shooting a Netflix movie. And,
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they got him out of there. And they're using the body double now. So they keep showing these pictures of the body double as they keep shooting the rest of the movie. Yeah, you can do that now. I mean,
Well, yeah, for certain shots, and then he'll come back for like the...
I don't know. I mean, look, you're doing it to make people look younger and all that other shit. Remember RDJ in Marvel movies?
Yeah.
So why not? I mean, if he's out for, I guess he had 8 days left of shooting. You know, if you're shooting some wides and some other stuff, if he's got close-ups, a little more difficult, but you could shoot those later. You're fine.
So what they'll do is they'll shoot you, not even in the scene, but they'll shoot you in a 3D capture, like facial capture rig,
Yep.
or in a facial capture studio, and there will be a body double, and they'll map your face over there. So get someone who looks like
Yes.
you a little bit. It's absolutely ridiculous. They've seen them do it for a lot of the superhero movies because mostly they're in the suit completely. So there's like no point in even really having them as an actor.
Yeah, and even that one with Robert Downey Jr., like, you could tell. Like, it was cool, but it really looked like a filter following him around.
Yeah, because like you can't exactly get the light perfect,
Yes.
especially if you're outdoor trying to match
Yeah.
things, and then like the seam lines around necks,
Right.
like small imperfections. You know what you're looking for, but
You don't look. If it's only 8 days, you could probably get around those shots. Bob, if you can bring up Jamie Foxx's double, because they've been taking paparazzi photos of him in these scenes. Like, yeah, technology is there to get you through that. Not a full movie yet.
is
There
he
he is, right
sexy
there.
as the real?
We'll
Jamie
pop it up.
Foxx?
You tell me. We'll pop up the pic on screen. You can tell me.
No, he has like a smaller head.
Yeah, no, this is Kirkland brand Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
It is, but it's a double, guys. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
So that's
good
for
enough.
like
It's good enough
far
to get
away
the job done.
shots
Yeah.
or walking away, like all of their exterior, like whatever they need to do, and then he'll come back and do the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, how much did this save though?
Or if he already did a lot of the bulk of his,
He did. So
his
he only
stuff,
had 8 days left.
so then they're gonna just do. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And it's Netflix. It's not like they care about their movies anymore. You know?
Clearly.
It's all an algorithm. They were probably the first ones doing that AI shit. Because all those scripts seemed the same. They were all fucking boring. They were all shooting guns. And it was just like kind of famous people standing there. Some type
Right.
of spy thing. So maybe they just don't, they don't really give a shit. So yeah, you can pop his face in later. I just hope he's all right. I don't want to lose Jamie Foxx. Damn it, dude.
Well, you know, you're not going to get as much footage, like I said, as the snowplow man.
Fuck, dude.
But you'll get bits and pieces, as you should. Like, you don't need to know.
I don't need to know,
what's
and I
going on
think
with Jamie Foxx in the hospital.
Better yet, I don't think Jamie Foxx wants anybody to know.
Exactly. Like,
Jeremy Renner, though, definitely wanted everybody to know.
or there was another
single
fucking
step
thing
of his
last
journey.
night
I know.
He's
on
got a show.
Entertainment
I know.
Tonight.
I know. Another
where
fucking
now
story
they
last
have
night.
more footage from a different angle that nobody wants to see, dude.
He's got a show to promote. Renovations.
We understand that.
All right? Renovations.
Not one person was ever gonna fucking even turn that show on before this, right?
I know, that's why
Now it's a hit
I know,
on Disney.
I
It's
know,
on Disney
I know.
Plus. Yeah.
So I get it. It's just like, be more blatant about it. My God.
So, Bob, the new one last night that they popped up on Entertainment Tonight was an animated flashback. What do you call it? A recreation. An animated recreation of Jeremy Renner getting run over by the snowplow. And
When
I mean,
did
that's
they
where
do
we've
that?
gone. Last night during the show. So you can pop it
No,
up,
they
type it in.
didn't.
Swear
They
to God.
did the body cam
no,
footage.
No. They did an animated version, and then they showed half the body cam footage afterwards. But yeah, type in animation footage of Jeremy Renner's accident, and then it'll pop up, and it's the most generic fucking thing of all time. And they showed this.
I
last night.
don't remember that.
Yeah, I definitely do. And I was like, okay, I've seen it.
I
I've
think
seen the animated
probably
footage.
because I like anytime I hear the headline or see the upcoming story of
Just Google it.
snowplow
I did.
accident, I literally my brain shuts off.
Yeah.
This is just the body.
This
cam,
is the
I
body
think.
cam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you type in a Jeremy Renner animation snowplow,
I don't.
you're gonna see it. I need you to see this right now.
It's not.
When
this
you're
isn't
showing
real.
a fucking cartoon of how you got run over by a snowplow, like I'm all good at that point. I don't need to fucking see it.
Is that it?
So yeah, this is the. They have like stills, I think, on,
is
on
it-
New York
Does
Post.
somebody else have the rights to the animation, for Christ's sake? Are we going to get dinged for that here? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So show the,
Oh, yeah,
the
I've seen
one
this.
down.
I've seen
yeah,
this.
show the one down. Okay.
I've seen this in the very beginning of this happening.
So that's his body, and that now they have a so they're taking stills from it. They have a full animated thing where you can watch him get run over, and that's what they played.
Oh,
And
God. Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. All good on it. Yep.
To me, this is like where we've gone. To me, this is all that's wrong. All that's wrong. Like the fact that I'm inside the fucking hotel or the hospital room with you in like a very crucial moment when like you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Like, why am I in there with you?
Yeah.
It feels, it just.
Renner wanted you in there with him, so
Maybe he
Yeah.
had no.
he is milking.
He
this
was not
fucking
awake.
Snow
He was
cat
not
accident
awake.
for every single drop. I mean, he's on every single night we're seeing him.
He is now, but it's like it was 100 it must have been against his will before because he wasn't able to even say if it was okay or not.
We don't know. But what we do know is he's using it now, and man, he is fucking everywhere. He did a red carpet for the renovations thing. Like he did it with the wheel, and they were like people were clapping and the paparazzi. You're so brave. You did it. You did this. You did it, Jeremy. You're so brave. And he was rolling around with one leg last night, and it was a beautiful thing to watch. And I'm sorry you hate it, Jesse. I'm sorry you hate Jeremy Renner. Okay.
and
Hawkeye.
thus bravery.
Yes, and his bravery.
Ergo.
Hawkeye and his bravery you hate. And it's hard to sometimes it's hard to deal
I
with.
just want some things to be fucking private. I want there to be shame. I want us to have
Never
I want
again.
shame to enter just a little bit more shame.
Okay.
Shame kept us, from doing all kinds of things,
Yeah.
right? Just a little bit of shame.
A little bit. But
Kept our shoes on in a fucking
Nobody has
airplane,
any shame anymore.
right?
Nobody
it kept
has
our,
any shame.
It kept society going.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of shame.
But nobody has any shame, and nobody fucking cares. And if you're making enough money, they'll get you out there to do all the things, and then you'll do it because they're going to pay you to do it. Case in point, new show just got picked up with Charlie Sheen and Chuck Lorre. There is no two people that hated each other on this earth more than Charlie Sheen and Chuck Lorre from 2.5 Men. He was the creator of 2.5 Men. But the show is a goddamn hit. Now they're doing an HBO show together.
Okay.
Reunited, Doesn't care about the AIDS, doesn't care that he told Chuck Lorre to go fuck himself, made fun of him dating, young women and everything else. Like, no, the money's there, baby. We got to back up the truck and juggle the monkeys. Right. So they're going to do a new show together. And it's called How to Be a Bookie, Delco. So if in case you're interested, the gambling is taking the world by storm.
Is it written?
Yeah. It's a comedy.
Scripted?
Yep. Scripted comedy called How to Be a Bookie. Charlie Sheen and his aides are going to be back on your television on HBO. Now, it's Chuck Lorre, and he's never done HBO or anything like that. So, I mean, are you going to go hard R with this? Because let's face it, if you're doing a show about a bookie, it should be as aggressive and dirty as shit as possible.
Maybe. Depends on the angle they're taking.
On a bookie?
I don't know.
I mean, come on, dude. I'll read you the one-liner here. They led with time does heal all wounds. No, it's not time. It's money. You can replace that. They're the same thing, too. Money also buys you time. 12 years. So they haven't talked to in 12 years. Holy shit. Sheen is set for a role headlined by Sebastian Maniscalco. Come on, dude.
Oh, okay.
Sebastian's in it as well. Family Guy. And yeah, dude, they're doing a show called How to Be a Fucking Bookie. And that's what it is, dude. They're back. And Sebastian Maniscalco's in it. Ratings will be huge. That guy is fucking, people love him. That demo loves Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing all the things. And I think that movie, because we watched the trailer for it, is going to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
For real.
I think it'll be a fun watch.
It'll be a safe PG-13 comedy that is broad around the world.
Yes.
If you haven't seen the trailer, it's about Sebastian Maniscalco, and Robert De Niro is playing his father. And you can't get any more on the nose than that. I mean, there is not one person, right?
Right.
Maybe Pesci, I guess. I don't.
Pesci would have been great.
Yeah, as his dad.
Yeah.
Probably would have been a little too tiny, but you know.
Maniscalco's not a tall man.
Yeah, he's taller than De Niro, though, right? Wouldn't you say?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one fit to me, whereas, like, you know, Pesci's a tiny man. That would be weird, man. He just kind of pops up here and there, you know? And he doesn't want to. Pesci doesn't want to. Speaking of which, I thought I saw him, and, like, it was brief when I saw it, but the Pete Davidson trailer dropped for Peacock. Mm-hmm. And one, it looks really fucking good, and obviously I hate Pete Davidson, but the series looks fucking amazing. And there is a shit ton of celebrities in this goddamn thing. If we're on Patreon, I would just show the trailer
Is this the
today.
one loosely, again, about his
based
life?
his life, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of them are loosely about his life.
I know. And so throughout it, throughout the trailer, he's kind of making fun of his own life, and they were like, I think it's his dad or his buddy or something. It was just like, man, how big is your dick that all these women are fucking you? And they just said that in the trailer, and I was like, all right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm in. So they're really going for it there, and there is like 100 celebrity cameos in this fucking trailer. I was like, shit, who's doing this fucking thing? I was shocked. I thought everybody was kind of done with him, and that was kind of it, right?
Is it Apatow? Who is it?
It seems like it. It had like an Apatow vibe, but like when he was funny, you know what I'm saying? Like before he started doing shit that was super depressing. So yeah, that's what it kind of felt like to me. But there's so many people behind this project that it's probably going to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I was like, all right, well, fuck, man. Pete Davidson's they're just gonna keep trying to make him happen forever until he kills himself.
I guess it's one of those where you're like, I guess there's something behind the scenes that we don't know, because there's so many people that, you know, root for him and help him and love him, and like Giorgio.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a Leslie Jones. I go like, I guess she's behind the scenes is the coolest, funniest person in the world. Because I don't know, like when you actually get them out there, a Pete Davidson or whatever, you're like, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like everyone is on your side. My God, and I mean, he couldn't be doing more to sabotage it, but they still. Maybe that's it.
Maybe it is it. Who knows?
Maybe it's that he doesn't have the desperation cologne on.
I don't know.
And people are like, all right.
Somebody in the chat here was asking about the lawsuit. Yeah. So there was a lawsuit that Charlie Sheen filed against Chuck Lorre. It was for $100 million. Like, it was massive press, and that was the end falling out.
Did he get paid?
Don't know. Don't know what he ended up, because he got fired during 2.5 Men, and then that's when he went on that fucking tour. Remember that crazy tour, the Tiger Blood, and he was fucking screaming in interviews and shit all day? It's because he got fired from that. And yeah, so yeah.
And the drugs and the mental break, but yeah, for sure.
Well, when you're new to steroids like that, which they were pumping in him for AIDS and shit, He admitted it later. He said the same thing. He was just like, "Look, man, I was on a lot of shit because I was unsure what was going to happen."
It's called crack cocaine.
Well, that too, but on top of
And
steroids
meth.
and yeah.
But he said the steroids were the problem.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
said
okay.
he was kind of taking the juice to get healthy.
Yeah.
And,
You really got to watch out when you're on crack cocaine and meth. Taking the steroids on top
probably
of it
pushes you over.
Yeah.
That was
You've got
probably the
You've
final
got to
straw.
stick with two of those.
Yeah.
But not all three. Is that what he's trying to take the stigma away?
I'm not sure, but we're all
That's
rooting
such a
for
drug addict
Sheen.
thing to say.
Wow.
It was my fucking NyQuil. I did NyQuil and Benadryl and it just like gets me loopy. And you're like, what about all the other like drugs you were doing? And no. I haven't touched that in years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of Benadryl, I saw a frightening story last night. I guess there's this fucking challenge called the Benadryl Challenge on TikTok
Okay.
for kids that if you take 10 Benadryl, you can hallucinate. Now, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's like NyQuil. Like, what do we use?
So a kid died doing it yesterday. And now they're
that's
warning
why it's
people.
a challenge.
10 oh, boy.
Look,
Yeah.
but didn't you guys do the NyQuil shit back in the day?
No.
Just pounding fucking.
No, I never did.
What was it? Quercetin, Robitussin. Yeah.
Robo tripping? No, people were doing that.
think it was like
shit,
Robo
and I
and
just
NyQuil, I
couldn't
forget.
get behind it. There was a guy I told you about the kid that lives next door to me in college who was huffing potpourri.
Yeah.
The spray bottle out of a rag, and I found him blacked out all over the ground with potpourri out, like all around the foam. That foam like all around his mouth, and he had like a rag in his hand. I thought he was fucking dead, and that scared the shit out of me. So I was like, no, dude, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do real drugs like an adult if I'm going to do it. But it's when you're doing this canned shit. Remember the computer sprays they used to have for like old school keyboards and stuff? People were huffing that as well. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Why are you laughing about it? Did you do it?
No, I think it's for something else though.
No, it was to spray off your keyboards and kind of get the food or particles or dust out of your
What is that,
keyboards on a
Rush or
computer.
something? What is that?
What was the name of it, Giorgio? Do you remember it?
Or no,
It
that's
was in those
video.
aerosol cans.
That's video cleaner, huh? The other stuff. Okay.
Oh God, I think that's using GHB. The film cleaner was.
Yeah, that's G.
That's G.
real good.
Yeah.
Now
Now that's
you
it's-
can huff the duster. You can flip it upside down. Now it like freezes if you do it. With
That's
the
what
ones
I
that are still
heard.
out
Yeah, they
there,
put a
yeah.
thing on it now, so you can't enjoy yourself or enjoy
Well, no,
life
that's what
anymore.
they did to the oxys, so you can't break them up anymore.
Oh, they put that plastic cap on them.
Well, there's something in the formula in the pill where you can't break it up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Okay, if that'll make it so I can get some.
Yeah, if we can get.
let's
Are you
do
holding
it.
or no? All right. Man, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, you learn something new every day. Don't do the Benadryl challenge out there.
No.
You fucking moron. God damn, dude.
By the way, we have some breaking news.
What do we got here, Bobby?
Someone stormed the White House.
What?
Yeah, someone like ran through the gate.
Are they in it?
What?
Are they inside the White House?
They attacked the White House. I'll show you a picture.
We got it. We got the guy.
Yep,
Let's see this.
How far did they get?
Hey, how far did they get?
pretty far.
No shit.
They got in there.
Look at that.
Wow, dude. I mean, that's you're a decent ways up there. So, I mean, if you go back,
You see that that's a 2-year-old, right?
It's a child.
Yeah.
wait, they have a child with them?
Yeah, it's
The
a
Secret
child.
Service hauling a toddler
Yeah.
through the White House
I was
fence,
like,
and
hang
Secret Service
on.
had to go run and fucking tackle him. and
Zoom
bring
in
him
on that, dude. That's, again, these monitors are super far away. So zoom in
Can
on
I-
that. Is that a baby that he's holding?
They're
Yeah.
both holding a baby.
Imagine if they shot it.
Right?
So wait, did the baby get through
Right.
the bars or
Yeah.
did they jump over the
No.
bars with the baby?
The baby
Went
got
through.
through the bars and just started sprinting at the White House.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I thought it was somebody trying to kill the president, for Christ's
It might have
sakes.
been. You don't
Well,
yeah, that was.
They interrogated the parents.
wow, dude.
Yeah, do we know this 2-year-old's like
Look how
policy?
We
they're
don't
holding
know.
him.
Yeah, is that a MAGA baby? What are we doing there? What are
My
we doing
God,
there?
how aggressive.
I mean,
He's
you have
two.
to. Too tough shit. You don't fucking go to the White House. In Iraq, they would have fucking blown that baby away. They would have taken a
Why can't they
a
just
rocket
hold it
launcher to
normal?
that baby. Maybe the baby's out of control,
that
dude.
Baby needs
All
to
messed
remember.
up.
This
Yeah.
baby needs to remember. You can't hold it and be like, it's okay, buddy. We'll get back to your parents. You got to make it
Holy
think.
shit, dude. I think Biden's in Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, baby's fucking storming the White House today.
Well, you guys have
what is
been-
today? This is 4/18. This is going to be the same as J6. Yeah, this is 4/18 for us, dude. This baby's-
It's a dark day.
It is a dark day in our
You guys
history.
have been there. They're like, doesn't it kind of seem like you could get pretty far?
You can get pretty far.
You know,
So
like you
this-
look there and you're like,
At this gate right here, by the way, if you pop that up one more time.
why? Because there's like,
No, that's the front. That's the front of the White House. You could hop that gate pretty easily.
yeah, I mean, my logical brain says that, but I'm just like, when you're looking at it, you're
Because
like,
they're not standing out by the
dang.
gate all day. Yeah, you could
Looks pretty
definitely you could get a decent amount up there, but I don't think you could get through the front door. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's
well,
correct.
if there
About
were
20 feet.
snipers, then why is this kid still alive?
I know. Why didn't they Harambe
That's
this
all.
kid? Why didn't they Harambe him? Oh, because he's not white. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because otherwise, they should have Harambe'd this kid and fucking ended it. But who are the parents there? You'd have to squeeze your child through the bars. I have a hard time believing that the 2-year-old on his own was just like, you know what? I'm going to squeeze through these bars. What do you
think?
think?
I have an easy time believing.
Yeah.
I think they chucked him over. What's the real thing
I just
here?
don't think you've met a lot of 2-year-olds.
I've met a million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know our
Like
own.
Jagger 100% if I looked away for a second.
You think he'd squeeze through the bars of the White House? I don't
Yeah,
think so.
and sprint, yelling.
You think so? Shirtless?
Yeah, and then just get up to there and be like, Mom, where are you? I'd be
Where
like,
are you?
Bro, okay. You know, I don't know.
Do we have any more info on this terrorist? On this
It
terrorist?
just happened.
Yeah,
He's been
ongoing
he's been
investigation.
detained, hopefully waterboarded.
Yeah, we sent him to Guantanamo.
We're gonna have to send him to G-Bay and get this kid waterboarded ASAP. Find out what he knows, what he doesn't know. I need answers on this baby terrorist. Was he white or no?
I don't know.
Thank
He
God,
was not a
dude.
terrorist,
If
though.
we started, if us whites started getting blamed for baby terrorism, shit, dude.
Dude, they get radicalized younger and younger.
I know, man. 2 years old.
Yeah.
That's why you can't give your kids a phone.
Yeah. He's got diapers. You've got diapers. Go in there and fucking get the, like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Baby terrorists on the loose trying to kill the president today. My God, what a dark day. 4/18. When is Chuck Schumer going to give a speech today? When are we doing that? What time? Are we going live with
Do
that?
you think they are going to do say
Baby
something?
terrorism.
No, right?
I don't know. What was their
They did?
statement? What was the Secret Service statement? Do we know? Pop this up with this baby terrorist, Bob. What was the statement that they made here? Baby at the
I didn't
White House.
see it in the Post article. I'll check their Twitter.
Because this is dangerous, Jesse. You know?
What?
It says timeout. That's the name of this article. Baby breaches White House fence. He breached it, Jesse. He breached it. Maybe he was born breach, and that's just the only thing he knows. You know?
We actually have more breaking news.
What do we got here?
Oh my gosh, even more?
The Iowa Senate passed a child labor law before dawn today that allows 14-year-olds to work 6-hour night shifts.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Put him at Chili's, dude. I want to go to a late night res with Chili. You want to go to Chili's tonight?
Yeah.
Where's the closest?
About 20 minutes. It's right next to my doctor.
Nobody wants to work, so bring in the 14-year-olds.
Yeah, bring in the 14-year-olds.
Yep.
Let's go, dude. I bet you there's plenty of
They
14-year-olds.
work.
What does a
Work.
6-hour night shift entail? Like how late in the night? 'Cause
Six to
Yeah, exactly, because you're going to start at 4 or 5.
Yeah, like
6 to midnight, dude.
my night shifts at the restaurant I worked at in like high school, starting at 14 or 15. It was like 4 to 9.
Let
Yeah.
them valet cars
Yeah.
before they have a license.
Yeah.
Here's the keys. Keep it close, Ricky. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the statement. The Secret Service Uniform Division today encountered a curious young visitor along the White House north fence line who briefly entered White House grounds. The White House security systems instantly triggered Secret Service officers, and the toddler and the parents were reunited. So,
I
those
believe in their statement they said they were gonna interrogate him when he learns to talk.
Wait, hang on. Is that? Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay. That's really funny.
Yeah,
This
because
is
they
also
don't
really
care.
funny in this article, and they stated this as a fact, and I'm going to read it word for word. Though short-lived, the toddler's escapade may be historic. It's possibly the first successful breach of the White House barrier since the fence's height was doubled to 13 feet 4 years ago due to several intrusions. So, yeah, dude. Look at that.
Go
Look at that.
higher.
Yeah. Go
Higher
higher.
and smaller.
Let's get a fucking 40-foot fence out there. Let's build that wall around the White House so more toddlers aren't storming the White House anymore. Man. Do we know his political background yet? Because, I mean, I'm curious as to that, too, obviously. You know? Is he a Trump kid?
I'll look into it.
Yeah, look into it. And we'll kind of fill you in here on the next show. But we'll be on top of this every step of the way. Same with the Rainey Street Ripper here.
Yeah.
You know, stay safe out there in those streets. If you're having a G&T with your bros, and then hop on over to Tommy Want Wingy, just make sure that you're not being guided down to the river to have your body dumped inside of it so you can die later.
But I
right?
will say, like, we do need to do that soon, I think.
What?
Like, do the whole, like,
The honeypot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the honeypot
because it's like, it's probably going to stop. They're going to do some kind of precaution around all of this shit. So, like, we need to get the footage.
Also, the body they identified, I believe, because they found it days ago when I texted you.
Yeah.
And it had been decomposed. Like, it was not a new body.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
old body.
Okay.
Old body, James. Man, out there in the fucking streets, dude.
Right.
Having some G&Ts with your bros, maybe a shot of Fireball. All of a sudden,
But
I
we
don't know
will get
where
the
I
footage.
am.
So, like, we'll be at a table. All of us will be at a
Yeah.
table. Joel will have camera, whatever. And then we'll just shoot Bob, like, at the bar. Open drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
broy,
Being
bros,
broy,
dude,
broy.
bros.
Being
Yeah.
real loose with my drink. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And then just like yelling at the TV about
Yep.
some kind of like sports thing or whatever, and everyone's dumb. And
We got to get Bob on Reddit too, and figure this out as well. You know, because I guarantee you, there's a ton of sleuths out there on Reddit right now who are working on this case.
Oh, they're all in the that Facebook group we showed the other day.
Yeah, so I would join that first of all. Second of all, let's find out what the last bars they were at, and then we'll go to those bars and recreate this.
yeah, I think we already figured it out last time, right? It was like the
Yeah.
circus fucking one.
Yeah. We figured out the probably top like 3 bars that
Yeah,
these
yeah.
bros would have been at.
Okay,
So we'll
perfect.
kind of like find the best one for that night, post up
Yep.
at a like safe location to keep our eyes on Bob, and then we'll all get so wasted that we lose him.
Yeah. We lose Bob. Yeah. And then it'll just be Joel's footage, and then we'll make Joel famous and sell the footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like all of this. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
Bob's gonna have to die, but that's what it is. That's what having a fucking worldwide hit podcast does. Like,
Right.
people die occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, you sacrifice for the art, people.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
We're not podcast hosts only.
Oh.
We're also solving murders. Okay.
Bill said I think we already said this too, but we'll air tag him.
Oh,
And
yes,
then
yes,
we'll
yes.
go out on the stakeout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will do an Apple AirTag suppository.
And then we'll get on Delco's kayak and then go find the body.
Yeah, that's the
later.
thing. Dan is going to be on water patrol on,
Yeah,
yeah.
on his board.
Yeah.
Land, air, and sea.
Yeah, we got everything.
Yeah, we'd be working the drone from the board.
Yeah, we'll be
Yep.
working the drone. He'll be in the water. I'll be on land inside the bar and kind of watching all this going down. Mm-hmm. Having some wings, having some laughs, and then seeing who could potentially rape or murder you. You know, I think it sounds like a great idea. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thanks for tuning in, kids. Powerful show today. Man, we've never started with a crime corner like that.
I know.
God
Ongoing.
damn it. I know.
Ongoing investigation. We're going to be on the case probably next week
Oh, boy.
or the week after.
Yeah. I will not sleep. I can promise you that until this is solved. Not one wink until this is solved. God dang it. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star. You can walk the fuck away at that point. I don't care. All right? I care about murders. I don't care about words on Spotify. Also, they don't do that yet, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, Jabes, I'm proud of you, okay?
Thanks.
You're out here. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Finally in a real murder sitch here with a serial killer.
Yeah.
living in these streets. Stay safe out there. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.